It was the edge of creation. Even the expanding universe must have a frontier, and this was it, an area of incredible turbulence, where stars, planets, whole galaxies flamed into existence in the twinkling of a cosmic eye. Through this howling chaos there moved a mystery. It was small and square and blue, with a flashing light on top. Strange symbols were written above the door. 2 words, in one of the languages of an immeasurably distant planet called Earth. Police box. The police box was not a police box at all, but a space-time craft called the TARDIS. Inside its incredibly large control room was a girl. She was tall and strong. She wore a brief animal skin costume and a heavy fighting knife. The girl's name was Leela, and she was the companion of a traveller in time and space known as the Doctor. Leela had grown up in a tribe that lived by perpetual warfare. She joined the Doctor in search of excitement and found herself involved in a series of adventures more terrifying than she could ever have imagined. Leela was quick-witted and resourceful, and she had soon adapted herself to her new life, but some things still baffled her. One of them was the TARDIS itself. To begin with, there was its shape. The Doctor had explained that it looked like something called a police box. As far as Leela could understand, this was a device for summoning the city guards in a town called London on the planet Earth. She had once visited London with the Doctor, but there had been no other police boxes about. The Doctor explained they hadn't been invented yet. The TARDIS was shaped like a police box because something called the chameleon mechanism had got stuck. It was supposed to enable the TARDIS to blend with its surroundings, but now it was jammed, so the TARDIS remained in the shape of a police box on planets where police boxes, policemen, or even human beings were completely unknown. Then there was its size. From the outside it was only big enough to hold 1 or at most 2 people. Yet inside it held not only the control room in which she was now standing, but an apparently infinite number of rooms, passages, chambers, corridors of every shape and size. The heart of the TARDIS was the many-sided central control console, which Leela was now regarding nervously. The Doctor habitually spoke to the TARDIS as if it were alive, chatting to it, reproving it, giving it the occasional pat on the back. Leela had become convinced that the TARDIS was alive. She treated it like a minor god, to be flattered and cajoled. She would have garlanded the console with flowers and offered the occasional sacrifice if the Doctor had let her. What worried Leela at the moment was the fact that the centre column of the console had stopped moving up and down, which meant that the TARDIS had stopped. Had the Doctor, mysteriously absent in some other part of the ship, ordered the TARDIS to stop? Had it decided to stop of its own accord? Or had it broken down in some way? At Leela's feet there was a kind of robot dog, with squared-off body and head, antennae for ears and tail. It was called K9. K9 looked like a dog, and sometimes even acted like one, but in reality he was a complex and sophisticated computer built by a space-travelling scientist who missed the dog he'd left behind on Earth. K9 was self-powered, independently mobile, and had built-in offensive capabilities. In other words, a blaster in his nose. Leela said, "K9, we have stopped." K9 cocked his metal head in a curiously dog-like fashion.
Affirmative.
"We have stopped, dead."
Negative, dead.
Like all computers, K9 had a very literal mind. The Doctor marched into the control room. He was wearing a painter's smock, a floppy beret, and carrying an enormous brush. "What on earth have you been doing, Doctor?" "Decorating," said the Doctor with dignity.